Thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I make this statement in accordance with Order 72 of the Rules of the House, which state that by the indulgence of the House and leave of Mr. Speaker, a member at any time appointed for statement under Order 53 may explain a matter of personal nature or make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance. Any statement other than a personal statement may be commented upon by members for a limited duration of time, not exceeding an hour. The terms of any such proposed statement shall first be submitted to the Speaker. Mr. Speaker, according to the World Health Organization, hepatitis B is a viral infection that affects the liver and can cause both acute and chronic disease. The virus is most commonly transmitted from mother to child during birth and delivery, as well as through contact with blood or other body fluids during sex with an infected partner, unsafe injections, or exposures to sharp instruments. The WHO estimated that 296 million people worldwide were living with chronic hepatitis B in 2019, with 1.5 million infections each year. However, it can be prevented by vaccines that are safe, available, and effective. Mr. Speaker, most people with hepatitis B infections don't have symptoms, but experience acute illness with symptoms lasting several weeks, including jaundice, fatigue, and abdominal pains. Acute hepatitis B can lead to acute liver failure and death. Long-term complications include advanced liver disease, such as cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma, which can cause high morbidity and mortality. In 2016, at the 69th World Health Assembly and governments across the globe, including Ghana, commitment was made to eliminate hepatitis B by 2030, as set out in the WHO Global Health Sector Strategy on viral hepatitis B. With less than 10 years to go, Ghana is lagging in the elimination of hepatitis B. In Ghana, it is estimated that between 3 to 4.6 million people are chronically suffering from hepatitis B, despite availability of all tools to reach elimination. Mr. Speaker, a survey I sponsored in 2019 in my constituency indicated that 8.5% prevalence rate of hepatitis B in the municipality, a disheartening situation for my people in Efutu. Out of 2019, only 30.4 million people globally, representing 10.5% of all people estimated to be living with hepatitis B, were aware of their infection due to the silent nature of the disease, while 6.6 million, representing 22% of people diagnosed, were on treatment. Mr. Speaker, despite a high infection rate, viral hepatitis B can be eradicated with the right instruments. This includes the introduction of affordable and easily accessible hepatitis B immunoglobulin, monovalent vaccine, and antivirals for the prevention of mother-to-child transmission of hepatitis B. Estimates from 2020 Ghana Health Service press release on World Hepatitis B Day showed that an average of 120,000 newborns will be exposed to hepatitis B virus by their mothers during delivery, and up to 90% of these newborns may end up being infected. Mr. Speaker, these newborns can affect the disease by receiving treatment with hepatitis B HBIG and vaccination, which is yet to be introduced by the Ghana Health Service. The cost of the HBIG is quite expensive, averaging 1,000 Ghana cedis for the underprivileged women in rural areas, hence the increase of the disease to their newborns at birth. According to the WHO, the introduction of hepatitis B birth dose vaccination is key to the prevention of the childhood infections. Mr. Speaker, currently, Most people, especially pregnant women in rural areas, lack access to routine testing during pregnancy. Most pregnant women and individuals testing positive require evaluation for treatment to suppress the virus. Very few, if any, are able to access or afford such services due to its high cost and treatment, since it is not available on our NHIS. In the Afenyo municipality, there is no access to hepatitis B viral load testing, which is a key diagnostic factor in management of the disease. Mr. Speaker, it is only the teaching hospitals that are well equipped to manage hepatitis B. Hence, affected people outside of these areas who are referred and are mostly poor decline and seek alternative treatment, leading to complications and death. As the leading cause of liver cancer worldwide, viral hepatitis B elimination could greatly reduce the rate of liver cancer death if only we can find it and treat millions of people who are unaware they are living with a condition. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by saying that with the World Hepatitis B Day approaching somewhere in July, government should make testing, vaccination, and treatment accessible to the communities to save lives. This can be done through decentralization of the services, through to make implementation of the community-based hepatitis B more effective. It is vital that the testing, diagnosis, vaccination, and treatment of hepatitis B should be enrolled onto the National Health Insurance Scheme. Mr. Speaker, I repeat, it is important for government to enroll hepatitis B on the National Health Insurance Scheme, just as it is done for those living with TB and HIV. Mr. Speaker, HIV patients get the antiretroviral drugs free of charge. Unfortunately, hepatitis B patients who also rely on this same medication have to buy. If we do this, it will reduce the morbidity and mortality in our country to the barest minimum, with a strong focus on the vulnerable groups within our rural areas. Mr. Speaker, I hereby also make a call on us as MPs, the corporate institutions, our chiefs, our opinion leaders, our religious leaders, and other stakeholders to actively engage in public education to create more awareness, which awareness will lead to voluntary testing, with those who test negative quickly taking the vaccine, which is very, very cheap and will not cost more than 100 Ghana cedis. Once they are able to vaccinate, which is 3 shots, they are safe from getting the infection. Mr. Speaker, again, I will urge government to intensify public education through radio, TV, and print media about the causes of hepatitis B, mode of transmission, to create more awareness. And finally, Mr. Speaker, government must also intensify education on the hepatitis B virus, so that those who often rely on traditional herbal treatment will desist from that, since this leads to escalation and often creates a situation where the liver gets damaged and they die quicker than expected. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.